Hello students, today we'll discuss chapter 3 Ruling the Countryside History Part 1. In this chapter we have following concepts: the company becomes the Diwan, crops for Europe, the Blue Rebellion and after. Today we'll discuss the company becomes the Diwan and its subtopics, which are as follows: revenue for the company, the need to improve agriculture, the problems faced by Britishers, a new system was devised, the Monroe system, all was not well. Let's discuss company as the Diwan. On 12th August 1765, East India Company became the Diwan of Bengal, appointed by Mughal Emperor. As Diwan, the company became the chief financial administrator of the territory under its control. The company needed to administer the land and organize its revenue resources. It needed to be done in a way that could yield enough revenue to meet the growing expenses of the company. Let's discuss revenue for the company. The company's aim was to increase the revenue to buy fine cotton and silk cloth as cheaply as possible. Within a span of 5 years, the value of goods bought by the company in Bengal doubled. The company, before 1865, purchased goods in India by importing gold and silver from Britain. Now it was financed by the revenue collected in Bengal. Artisanal production was in decline and agricultural cultivation showed sign of collapse. Then in 1770, a terrible famine killed 10 million people in Bengal. Let's discuss the need to improve agriculture. In 1793, the company introduced the permanent settlement. By the term of the settlements, the Rajas and the Talukdars were recognized as zamindars who were asked to collect rent from the peasants and pay revenue to the company. The amount to be paid was fixed permanently. This settlement would ensure a regular flow of revenue into the company's coffers and at the same time encourage the jamidars to invest in improving the land. Let's discuss the problems faced by Britishers. The permanent settlements created problems. Soon the company officials discovered that the zamindars were not investing in the improvement of land because the fixed revenue was very high. By the first decade of the 19th century, the situation changed. The prices in the market rose and cultivation slowly expanded. Even then, the jamidars were not interested in improving the land. In the villages, the cultivators found the system extremely oppressive. The rent they paid to the jamidars was high, so they took a loan from the money lender. And when they failed to pay the rent, they were evicted from the land. Let's discuss a new system was devised. A company officials decided to change the system of revenue. Holt Mackenzie devised the new system which came into effect in 1822. Under his directions, collectors went from village to village, inspecting the land, measuring the fields, and recording the customs and rights of different groups. The estimated revenue of each plots within a village was added up to calculate the revenue that each village mahal had to pay. Here mahal means in British revenue records mahal is a revenue state which may be a village or a group of villages. This demand was to be revised periodically, not permanently fixed. The charge of collecting the revenue and paying it to the company was given to the village headman rather than the zamindar. This system came to be known as the Mahalwari settlement. Now let's discuss the comparison between permanent settlement and Mahalwari settlement. Permanent settlement, the revenue was fixed or decided as per land holding of the peasants. The zamindars collected the revenue. It was introduced by Charles Cornwallis. It was introduced in the year 1793. Mahalwari settlements revenue was not fixed and to be paid by the village known as Mahal. The village headman had to collect the revenue. It was introduced by Holt Mackenzie. It was introduced in the year 1822. Now let's discuss the Monroe system. In the British territory in the south, a new system was devised known as the Roitwar or Roitwari. This system was gradually extended all over South India. The settlements had to be made directly with the cultivators, Roits, who had tilled the land for generations. Their fields had to be carefully and separately surveyed before the revenue assessment was made. Now let's discuss all was not well. In order to increase the income from land, revenue officials fixed high revenue demand. Peasants were unable to pay, roads fled countryside, and villages became deserted in many regions. Thank you, students. That's all for today. We will discuss next part in next session. Happy watching.